Hello everyone, this is Lucky Mike, and welcome back to another Let's Play of Trails of Cold Steel. Alright, so in this video, I think we're gonna go deal with that monster, right? First of all, I'm gonna talk to people. The cow stinks. Harvesting the crops is exhausting. Farm work is just the worst. Why did I have to be born into a family like this? Now let me talk to another person. A pretty nasty monster's been popping up around these parts lately. It's making it nigh impossible to harvest our crops. You guys should keep an eye out yourself if you plan on hanging around. Okay, so yeah, I wonder if I could get that recipe if I talk to someone. The fruit we produce is both deliciously fresh and healthy. You could even make cold juice out of it and it'll still be just as good for you. Here, have this recipe on how to do it. Yeah, this guy tells me to find the recipe by talking to those peeps. Cause without the guide, I wouldn't be able to make them all. So yeah. There's a really scary monster that shows up near the highway. I can hear it in the middle of the night too. I'm too scared to sleep by myself at night. Yeah. I felt that too, you know. Anyways, let me go out. Yeah, let me go ahead and defeat this little guy.
Now's our chance.
My turn. There's a chance.
An opening. I can do this. Fire! My turn. Hi. Evil will fall before my blade.
Yeah, I had to do a little bit of grinding during my off time in order to prepare for that monster, so yeah. Anyways, see some more crates. I see a chest over there. I see another chest over there. Okay, this guy is now stunned.
There. There's a chance.
An opening. I can do this. Fire!
I'll make you up.
My turn. Now. I can do this. Is everyone okay?
Alright, that took care of these guys. Yeah, I see a chest over there. I found HP 1. Ooh, more monster.
Watch out, guys.
Oh, okay. Didn't even strike this little guy.
Is everyone okay?
Found a reviving bomb.
Now's our chance. We can do this.
I can do this.
My turn.
Right. We should keep going.
Oh, treasure chest.
Alright, looks like I found one. Guerrilla Fortress is in this direction, right? though not for quite a ways. There's supposed to be a provincial army base called Twin Dragons Bridge between here and there too. We don't have any business at either location, however, and our time is limited. We should probably turn back. Yep, there's this monster. Is that the monster we're looking for? Yep, that's the one. It certainly seems to be. Looks pretty tough. What should we do? We don't really have any choice, do we? We have to kill it. It's causing problems to the farmers. Everyone double check your equipment. We need to be prepared for whatever this thing might throw at us. Understood. Right. Okay. Can I set up those cords? Okay. Yeah, I probably need to get more cords for that. I think I'm well prepared to fight this guy, so let's do this.
My turn. All right, let's do this.
Of course. It's my turn. Turn to flame. Burn.
My turn. Give it up, everyone. Here we go. There.
I can do this. Of course.
My turn. My turn. There.
Right.
Right.
My turn.
Go. There.
Yes. And over. I can do this. Turn to flame. Burn.
My turn. My turn.
Right.
Alright,
A lot of training to do.
that took care of that monster. That takes care of that. I don't know how we did it, but we won. It would have been even tougher if not for the power of our combat links. I hate to admit it, but Arcus does seem to have a lot of potential. I hate to admit it. Why? Never mind that. We should go tell the people at the farm that we took care of the monster they reported. Oh yeah. I hope they're pleased. Is something wrong, Laura? No, it's nothing. Let's go. Okay. Okay, am I... Okay, can I... Okay, maybe no. Yeah, there aren't any treasure chests.
Now's our chance.
Go.
Okay,
There.
we have our advantage.
I can do this. Now.
I'll leave you up. Go. Okay. Safe for now.
Okay, where does this path lead to? If we continue traveling south from here, we'd eventually reach Breaheart. That's pretty far out of our study area, though. We should turn back. Okay, let me take care of this guy.
Chance. Let's get him. My turn. There. Go.
And open! My turn! I can do this! Of course! Evil will fall before my...
Alright, let's talk to this guy again. Oh, I assume you're taking care of that monster? That's correct. Thank goodness. Thank you so much. Now we can finally begin harvesting again. I'll have to let the family know right away. You're welcome. I found myself surprised at how close this area is to Celdic, however. Wouldn't it have been much quicker to make a request to the provincial army instead? Well, it is admittedly close, but this area in Celdic as a whole really is on the very outskirts of the Cruisin province. As such, the provincial army isn't very interested in aiding us. Yeah, that's not too hard to believe considering their attitude out earlier. That certainly doesn't sit well with me. I probably shouldn't say any more on the matter. However, I do still owe you all your reward for this. Please take these. Got some ingredients. That's really generous. Can we really have this much? Why, of course. We got enough to last us here as it is. After all your help, it's the least that I can do. I hope you enjoy them. These look great, thank you. You don't get much fresher than this. I'm looking forward to taking it in. I'm rather envious that you have the opportunity to eat such delicious food every day. That's one of the benefits of being a farmer. Unfortunately though, it's not all good. Things have been getting tougher lately, seeing as how goods are being imported so cheaply nowadays. I wasn't aware of that. Importing's become a much easier task now thanks to the transcontinental railroad and international flights. Furthermore, more and more goods can now be legally imported as a result of the rising population. Come to think of it, I have noticed an increase in cheaper ingredients lately. Oh, my apologies, I shouldn't be wasting your time with all this. Regardless, y'all have my thanks for today. Now we can move on to harvesting without any worries. Allow us to thank you too. Pardon my cough. We actually learn a lot from doing this request. Feel free to get in touch should anything else come up. Alright, we got all the quests done. So we should head back to the town. Whew. Guess that does it for all the mandatory tasks. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pooped. Same, I don't venture out onto the highways very often. The two of you sure seem okay though. Well, my hometown is in the countryside too, so I'm kinda used to this. And with all the training Laura does, I imagine this is probably nothing for her. Indeed, I find this level of exercise to be quite manageable. However... What is it? No, I'm sure it's nothing. I believe we should return to the inn now, should we not? Yeah, let's. I'm guessing Instructor Sarah is still there. Can we give our report and also ask her a bit more about the purpose behind these field studies? That would definitely be good to know. She hasn't told us anything about what's happening tomorrow either. Alright then, let's head back to town. Yes. Let's. Took care of that monster for us. Thanks so much. Now I can finally start harvesting. We should have started harvesting the field in that area some time ago, but we couldn't do a thing with that monster here. Okay, what are their reactions? Yay, the monster is gone. Thanks. Now I won't be too scared to go to the bathroom at night. Well, I'm glad that's taken care of. Right, let's head back.
Now's the chance. Let's get here we go. There. Now's the chance.
An opening! I can do this.
My turn.
Right. Go! I can do this.
Here we go. Right.
My turn. We should keep going.
Found a stimulant. Okay. Not gonna deal with all those monsters.
Now's our chance. We can do
Here we go.
this. It's my turn.
My turn.
My turn.
My turn.
Right. Fire! Up one. We should keep going.
Right, let's head back to the town. Oh, by the way, yeah, I think there's some hidden side quests that I need to take care of. Don't give crap. The one paid. What's going on? It sounds like something's happening over at the market. There appears to be some manner of dispute occurring. I wonder what's up. Should we go take a look? Yeah, let's go and see. Don't give me that crap. This is my spot. I paid for it, so it's mine. I'm the one who paid for this spot. Look, I even got the permit for it, so stop lying to me and vamoose. May I ask what the problem is? Perhaps we can help in some way? There seems to be some question over which of these two gentlemen gets control of this area to set up his stall. The young merchant over there is local, while the merchant wearing the suit is from the capital. So they're both claiming the same spot. How odd. Permits for the market are issued by the province ruling lord. Oh, so for Celtic, that would be... Ah! This isn't good. We must stop them. Who are you? Unhand me at once. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but violence isn't going to solve anything. You both need to calm yourselves. You've been worked into a rage. Ugh. Ugh. What are you, high scores? No, I graduated? This has nothing to do with you meddling kids. We're having a mature discussion here, and I'll thank you not to interfere. Since when has grabbing a person by the neck been considered mature? If you truly intend to have mature discussion, perhaps you should try acting more like adults. What did you say to me? We're students from Thor's Military Academy. We're currently visiting this town on a field study. And while we are not yet formal members of the army, I'm afraid we cannot simply walk by and ignore a fight in such a public place. A military academy? Ugh, so they're a bunch of soldiers in training. What in Nadio's name is happening here? Oh, now look what you've done. Manager Odo. I've been filled in on what happened. I understand both of you have a permit for the same stall, is that correct? Yeah. And both permits expire at the same time, too. What's the meaning of this? I understand your concerns, but fighting over it here is greatly inconveniencing the other customers. I'll be happy to discuss the matter in private, but I'll need to ask you both to put your differences aside until it's been resolved. Okay, I guess. Well, that was a close one. It seems like everything's going to be fine now, though. Yeah, he's the guy in charge. I really appreciate the four of you stepping in to help defuse the situation. Though I suppose I should expect no less from the infamous Class 7 I've heard so much about. Oh? How do you know about Class 7? My name is Odo. I'm the manager of Caldex Grand Market. I have some things to discuss with you. If you'd be so kind as to come along, I'll treat you some tea. Guess we're having a tea party. So you were responsible for choosing our assignments? Indeed, Principal Vandyck is an old friend of mine, you see. He asked me to personally select a few tasks that you might be able to complete. Oh, that was nice of him. We appreciate your consideration as well. Oh, it was no trouble at all. Likewise, I'm grateful to you for taking some troublesome tasks off my hands. I can't thank you enough for your help at the market. If you hadn't been there, I imagine someone would have wound up getting hurt. I'm just glad we got there when we did. So both merchants will be taking turns using the same stall at the front of the market? Yeah, pardon my cough. That's right, both of their permits are genuine, but their merchandise and temperaments don't lend themselves to sharing a space. Eventually, they agreed to compromise where they would make use of the front stall on alternate weeks. The other stall we reserve is near the back of the market, however, so whoever's relegated there will likely see far lower sales numbers. That's better than nothing, I guess, but still really unfortunate. I must admit, I do find this whole matter rather perplexing. To my knowledge, the issuing of market permits is the sole responsibility of each province ruling lord. For mistakes such as this to have been made in the first place raises some rather unpleasant questions. That's true, it's a lord's duty to control the flow of goods. If he can't handle it, the local economy could really suffer. Quite right. Ordinarily, the responsibility would fall upon the Duke's household. The Duke? The Cruisin province is ruled by Duke of Alberea, one of the four most powerful nobles in the entire country. But lately, the situation surrounding the Duke's household has been getting a bit complicated. Complicated? A few months ago, he increased the sales tax for our market rather significantly, and with a larger percentage of their profits being taken from them, the merchants have begun to get rather desperate. Fights like the one you saw earlier are becoming more and more commonplace. You see, sales tax is something which should not be raised without careful consideration. History has shown us how damaging such actions can be. I never heard anything like that happening in the capital. Have you tried raising objections to the increase? Of course, I've gone to Berehor numerous times to petition the Duke personally, but they always just drive me away at the gate without listening to a word I have to say. This has been going on for roughly 2 months now. If that's the case, the mix-up with the permits may be more than just an accident. Are you suggesting they might be getting careless when dealing with the market, or maybe they're deliberately trying to cause problems? I don't think it's a good idea to jump to conclusions. I will say that before all this began, the soldiers in the guardhouse absolutely would have intervened in a scuffle like that. Oh? Unlike the Imperial Army, a provincial army's main priority is maintaining the status quo throughout their territory. So meditating arguments which threaten that status quo should absolutely fall within the scopes of their duties. Correct. It seems it seems that useless we accept this tax increase, but they intend to turn a blind eye to the market. The commanding officer at the guardhouse has even made comments suggesting as much. That's not right at all. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about matters like this with you. This is strictly an internal affair to be dealt with among us merchants. You have no reason to concern yourselves with it. You need to be focused on your field study. And I'll have a new list of tasks for you tomorrow morning as well. You will? So you were asked to prepare us for each day of our visit, then? That's right, I got a few difficult ones in mind too, but I'm sure you're up for them. Or at least I hope you are. Don't worry, we are. We'll do our very best to meet your expectations. Right, so what's the next objective? Okay, so return to the inn. That all sounds really unfair. Yeah, I agree. Provincial lords have the duty and the right to decide upon collect taxes in the religious they control. And as long as that remains the case, there's not really much the general populace can do to stand against them. I'm reluctant to comment on how others choose to rule their own territories. But harassing one's people like this seems clearly inappropriate. I've heard many rumors about the current head of House Alberea. The current head is Eustace's dad, right? So couldn't we ask Eustace for some help here? I doubt there's anything he could do among the nobility. Decisions made by the head of the house are absolute. And since the Albereas represent one of the 4 great houses, the old traditions absolutely guaranteed to be alive and well. The Emperor himself is probably the only one with more power than the heads of the 4 great houses. Guess that's a no then. I see you're all busy mulling things over. Excellent, excellent. Instructor Sarah, what brings you here? I figured it was about time for me to get going. Oops, Group B is not getting anything done as expected, so I'm off to help sort them out. What? You're going to see Group B now? The town of Parm is a considerable distance from here. Now, you let me worry about that. You 4 are perfectly capable of looking after yourselves anyway, right? Put your heads together and think, and I'm certain you'll see what you need to do. Adios be with you. I'll be looking forward to your report. I can't believe it. It's as though she knows exactly what's going on. Even though she spent the whole day drinking at the inn, can she read minds or something? I'd suggest we turn to our room and rest for the night in any case. We still have our reports to write, so an early dinner seems wise. Yeah, you're right. I'm so tired. Me too. I feel like I'm going to fall asleep at the dinner table without even making it to my bed. Okay, so before I head back to inn, yeah, there's the hidden side quest I should do. Which is, let's see, right here. Alright, troops, how's it going? Are y'all learning much out here? For the most part, yes. It's serving as a reminder that we still have quite the ways to go. However, we have every intention of making the most out of this experience. That's what I like to hear. I'm actually about to get started on our evening sale here, so I'll give you all a wee discount if... Excuse me. Wait a minute! I think I just had a better of an idea. What might that be? Right. I know you're all tired after your hard work today, but any of you fancy having a wee go at running a store for a bit? You sure? Oh, aye, it's fine. This line of work's all about having the skills to negotiate well, so it'd be some good experience for y'all. So how about it? Certainly an interesting proposal. You know what? Why not? If you're willing to let us do it, then I don't see why not. Good to hear. Let's get started right away then. Mentioned that I was about to get started on our evening sale, didn't I? It might be a wee bit tough, but I'd like you to handle it. That does sound kind of rough. The idea behind is simple enough at least. All you need to do is give appropriate discounts to make a sale. The amount your discount varies. But sometimes you'll be talking up to half price. Half price? That's a lot. Is it even possible to make profit by doing that? It doesn't always work out. I even went into the red a few times thanks to it. But even then, I still think dealing is worthwhile. Worthwhile enough to even send yourself into the red? My personal philosophy is that the amounts of sales you make is more important than how you make. The more sales you make, the more happy customers you got. If you get more and more customers walking away happy, then your store's gonna have a good reputation. So basically, it all ends up benefiting you in the long run. I see where you're coming from there. Though there's nothing to say that I'm 100% correct. Oh, I meant to say, how do y'all feel about handling the stores separately at different times? I'm okay with it, but any particular reason why? Well, there's no harm in competing with each other, is there? Think of each other as rivals and try as hard as you can to win. That does seem like an effective way to motivate oneself. I don't know about you guys, but sales aren't exactly my forte. Guess I'll take it as a learning experience. It does sound like it'll be fun, though. Can I ask if there's any specific guidelines when it comes to giving discounts, though? I assume how much of a discount you can offer differs based on the type of goods being sold. Spot on. I split everything up into fresh goods and processed goods. Fresh goods speak for themselves, really. You'll want to get them sold out as quick as you can. That being said, you're free to make these up the half price if it comes to it. So, just so we can get them all sold. Processed goods will will expire like fresh ones. Will not expire like fresh ones though, so there's no point in discounting them too much. You cannot sell them at full price, so 20% off is the max you should go. So fresh goods can be sold for as much as 50% off, while processed goods can only be sold to 20% off. Okay, so I gotta remember these. Fresh goods are 50% and 20% for the processed. Here's hoping I remember that. Oh, don't be shy to bump prices up a wee bit either. Decide when the best time to do that, though, is up to you a lot. One can assume doing so all depends on how well we negotiate with each customer then. Now that's sorted, let's get started. It doesn't matter what order y'all go in, but how about you go first? That's fine with me. That settles it. Let's see what you're made of then, Reen. I wish you luck. Thanks. Here's hoping it goes well. Man, what's it like when working at the supermarket, honestly? Alright, let's get started then. Yeah, he did say you should bump up the price a bit, so yeah. Welcome. We're currently in the middle of our evening sale. He's more of a natural than I would have guessed. He'll bring customers with guts like that. Wow, I don't think I could put myself out there like that. I'm rather worried myself. Oh, his first customer has arrived. Oh, are you working here part-time? I almost thought you were a pro with a voice like that. Oh, thank you. By the way, do you have any tomatoes? I need some for tonight's dinner, you see. We actually do have some. How many are you looking for? I think 5 should do for now. There seems to be a sale going on at the moment too, so how much should that end up being? 10 mira per tomato, and I can give her up to half off because they're fresh goods. Okay, so she wants 5 tomatoes, so the total is 50, but if you cut 50% off, then it would count as 25. So I'm just gonna go this one. 5 tomatoes will usually go for 50 mira, but I can offer you them for 35 mira instead. How does that sound? That sounds fine. I'll take them. Thank you for your purchase. Seems like he's made his first sale. Indeed, it appears to have gone rather smoothly too. Here's another customer. A sale, is it? That sounds interesting. We're offering discounts on all our goods, so feel free to have a look. I assume that applies to this wine as well? Of course. Wine doesn't fall under fresh goods. Wine costs 1,000 mira, so yeah, if I remember that it's 20% off, then it should be 80. Yeah, I'm thinking about bumping up the price a bit, just like he said, so I'm gonna go with this. How does 900 mira sound? You sure you can't do better than that? Yeah, let's go with this. How about this? If you buy it now, I'll include this cheese for 20% off. Oh, that's an interesting offer. Cheese accompanies wine rather well too, so allow me to take you up on that. Thank you for your purchase. Another successful sale for him. Seems like he's gotten into the swing of things. Aye, I look forward to hearing how much he sold it for. Here's another customer. Oh, the evening sales finally started. What happened to Layman? He left me in charge for a bit. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Mom asked you to get some stuff for dinner. How much are you selling cabbages for? I need 3. She told me to buy some extra if they're cheap. 20 mira per cabbage, fall under fresh goods. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to decide, so I'm gonna go with 5. Three would normally cost 60 mira, but does 5 for the same price sound good? So I get 2 extra for free? I'm sure my mom will be happy to hear that. Can I have them then? Of course, thank you for your purchase. And thus Reen's turn came to an end, and the others were given a chance to try their hand at merchantry. Right, yeah. You all had your turns then. Good job, troops. Well, we owe you thanks for giving us an opportunity to experience this. I agree. I'm sure experience like this will come in handy down the line. Glad to hear it. A lot of you did well, too, considering it was your first time. It was pretty interesting seeing how your personalities affected your results, too. Speaking of which, how do we all do in the end? Well, you had the least amount of sales out of everyone, Elliot. You did manage to make a fair amount, though. But that also means you didn't really offer that much of a discount. Have to be more aggressive, really. Sorry about that. Next up is Laura. You were a wee bit too generous with the discounts. Making lots of sales is good, but you still have to consider how much you're making from them too. Understood. My thanks for the advice. Next up is Reen. You end up doing really well in both the number of sales and how much you made. Pretty impressed, honestly. With a bit more experience, you could become a fine merchant. You think so? I guess we've discovered another of Reen's hidden talents. Well done, Reen. Being told that by someone with experience here is really impressive. Finally, Elisa. You wouldn't happen to have prior experience, would you? Not really, no. That really is amazing then. I have to be honest here, you almost managed to sell as much as and make as much as I normally do. You even got a unique style that brings the customers in. So there really isn't any advice for me to give you. That's quite the evaluation. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. So Lisa has skill to potentially become a successful merchant then. I have to admit that I'm a bit surprised. I didn't expect her to be this skilled either. Do any of your relatives happen to be involved with this line of work? Not that I know, no. Well, either way, today ended up being pretty interesting. Thanks to you lot. Here, take this, your wage for the day. Wait, we got something good. You made some good money too, so here, a wee bonus. got the marble bracelet. Thank you very much. You sure? I ain't no danger. Y'all earned it. I'll catch y'all later then. Okay, so the hidden side quest is done. So I guess we're going into the inn then. Yeah, let's go have a dinner. By the way, I feel like I'm talking a little too much, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to be quiet for a moment. If they do the voiceover, that is.
Ah, that was delicious. Those were some seriously fresh vegetables, too.
Yeah, nothing beats food made from local ingredients.
I quite enjoyed the rye bread myself.
I suppose this whole field study thing isn't so bad when you take the menu into account. I wonder what the others in Group B are doing right now.
Somehow, I doubt they're sitting around a table and talking like we are.
That would certainly be a shock if they were. I can't help but question what exactly Class 7's purpose is, though. Instructor Sarah says it's about Arcus, but I don't think that's the only reason we've been brought together.
I'm certain it's not. If that were all, today's field study tasks would serve little purpose.
It seems as though she's trying to make us experience, I don't know, things. Like all kinds of things, big and small. What I can't wrap my head around, though, is why.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change? It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
What do we have to offer one another, when our reasons for enrolling at Thor's in the first place are undoubtedly very different?
Our reasons?
I hadn't considered that.
My reason for enrolling was quite simple. I aim to come ever closer to my goal. Or rather, to the person whom I regard as such.
Who's that?
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss such matters. Best to save that topic for another day. What about you, Elisa? Why did you enroll at the academy?
There's no one single reason, but I think I just wanted to assert my independence. I mean, my situation back at home isn't exactly ideal, and this seemed like a good way to get out and do more, I guess.
I see.
It sounds like I'm probably in the minority then. See, I wasn't intending on coming here at all originally. I wanted to do something completely different.
You did?
Oh yeah, you said you were really hoping you'd get into a music academy, right?
Oh?
Well, I wasn't that serious about it or anything. What about you, Reen? You're the last holdout, and since you're the one who brought it up, it's only fair you answer the question too.
Me? I wanted to find myself, I guess.
Find yourself?
Huh?
Sorry. That makes it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. That's the best way I can think of to put it, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Going on a journey of self-discovery? It's actually a pretty cool answer.
Yeah, I had no idea you were such a romanticist. You sure don't come across as one.
I shouldn't have said anything.
But we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation, and I'm not about to remind her.
Reen?
What is it?
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering. Why have you chosen to hold back?
What?
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not? Popularized by the sword hermit, Yun Ka-Fai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and are said to understand the true nature of all things.
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Arseid School consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training. In addition, my father once told me, if you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fai for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest, I actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the 8 Leaves School, in fact. But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations. Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment, I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an interest in him.
I was just trying to work out the best time to apologize, that's all. It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him or anything, honestly.
Reen's not the only one bottling up his feelings, though, is he? You've been doing the same thing.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Drinks are on me someday.
what should we do? I have to admit, I'm curious. It's not far, so we might as well just go take a look. Right, let's take a side detour and see what's happening in the market then. Okay, so, yeah, let's have a closer look at what's going on. I'm sorry, the Grand Market isn't quite open for business yet. Oh, it's the students from yesterday. Good morning. Opening late today after all, I see. Afraid so. Guess you already know what the robbery yesterday, huh? The two merchants whose stalls were destroyed and still arguing about it. Bastard! Not going to get away with this. Ugh, not them. The manager came to buy and break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having much luck. I hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Rin? Maybe we could try talking to them? Considering everything that happened yesterday, you just might be the cavalry we need right now. Would you mind? Not at all. Let's go. Okay, so these two guys are at it again. How dare you destroy my stall, you damn coward. I knew you country folk weren't to be trusted. Who else could it have been? Just come clean and admit it already. Who are you calling a coward, you Honduran snob? You're the one who wanted my spot all for yourself. Calm down, gentlemen, please. Playing all innocent and trying to paint me as the bad guy here. You make me sick. What do you say we sell this right here and now? Bring it on. Hold it. Class 7? You kids again. Keep your noses out of this. I'm gonna make him pay for smashing my stall. Smashing? Oh yeah, those stalls are pretty smashed. Wow, they really are completely ruined. This is awful. However, hurting one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will still be smashed and you'll be worse off. But this anger isn't gonna go away unless I do something. You took all my goods too, so I haven't even got anything to sell. What are you talking about? You were the one who stole my goods. You're gonna give them all back right now and fix the damage you did to my stall, or else I can't be held responsible for my actions. This isn't good. I don't think they're even listening to a word we're saying. What do we do? Stop this at once! The provincial army. What? What's the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But I believe you are the one who in charge here. I demand an explanation as to what has transpired. Well, you see, market manager explained to provincial army offer what had happened to the previous night. What happened the previous night? I see. The solution is simple then. Men, take them away. Yes, sir. What? What do you mean, take us away? 2 stalls were destroyed, the 2 sets of goods were stolen. The truth is clear as day. 2 merchants in the midst of heated disagreement committed the same crime at the same time. That's not fair. Do you not think it's premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The provincial army doesn't have time to waste solving the pretty squabbles of merchants. I'm not an unreasonable man. Seize your dispute, and you will be left alone. Continue and you come with us. The choice is yours. trying to force both merchants to forget this ever happened to sweep the whole ordeal under the rug. Yeah, something about this seems really wrong. Very good then. I'm sure you can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. I hope you'll think twice before causing such ruckus ever again. Now, if you'll please excuse us, I'm a busy man, and I have more pressing matters to attend to. There they go. Well, I guess they did stop these two from fighting, but they did nothing to solve the underlying problem. This isn't right. I see now how the provincial army here conducts itself. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry about this, but right now the two of you need to focus on keeping cool-headed. If you have time to fight, try to use that time for something more productive instead. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah, I shouldn't have let my anger take control of me like that. We can't open the Grand Market for business until we clean up these busted stalls. And we're already running late, so I hate to ask, but would y'all mind lending me a hand? Market Manager Odo, with assistance from merchants of the market, cleared away the remains of 2 stalls. With the help of Reen and the others on top of that, the Grand Market was finally able to open for the day, albeit behind schedule. Thanks to you four, we were able to open the Grand Market for business today a bit quicker than I expected. I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am. Oh, there's no need for that. We barely did anything. I'm just glad no one got hurt. All the more reason to thank you. A merchant's stall is his livelihood. Any action taken against it can throw him into a blind rage. It's hard to bring someone back from that. It would seem problems facing the merchants in this town quite grave indeed. The provincial army may have intervened, but it's different to believe they make no attempts to find an amicable solution. Quite why, it's clearer than ever now that they have no intention of trying to resolve any issues involving the market. I can't see that changing unless we decide to accept the sales tax increasing, keep quiet about it. Still, you think they'd at least be a little more subtle about the whole thing. There's no way those 2 merchants are just going to accept this and move on. No, I don't suppose they will. And if the word gets out about this, it's not inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting the marketplace. Something definitely has to be done. I'm just not sure what. Is something wrong? I mean, you're awfully quiet. Are you feeling unwell? Sir, I have a favor to ask. Would you consider allowing us to investigate this morning's incident? What? Are you suggesting that we attempt to find the perpetrator who destroyed the merchant's stalls ourselves? It's a kind offer, but as I said yesterday, this is our affair, not yours. You're students, you have your own studies to worry about, and I wouldn't feel right interfering with them. We're students training for the military, though. We can't just stand by and allow something unjust to go unchallenged. It's the provincial army's responsibility to address this, sure, but they're shirking their duties here, and that reflects poorly on us all. Well, that's true enough, I guess. But do you really think we're up for something like this? I kind of have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs. We should at least check with Instructor Sarah first and see what she thinks. She's already told us. Put your heads together and think, and I'm sure you'll see what you need to do. Her words. This seems like exactly the sort of thing she meant, at least it does to me. Oh? I see your point. Perhaps matters such as this may fall under the scope of our field study after all. Yeah, you do make a good case. I'm still not sure we're up to it, but I guess it can't hurt to try. Neither seek or shun the fight. Very well. We shall do what we can. Are you really sure about this? I'm certainly not going to say no, but I'm very concerned about the market and the safety of our merchants. So if you're 100% sure, I have to admit, I truly would appreciate anything you can do for us. Thank you, sir. We'll do everything in our power to find answers for you. Just be careful, don't go seeking out trouble. I don't want you kids being put in danger. We're dealing more criminal who acts under the cover of night. You may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. Remember, I'm responsible for your safety. If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't even look Van Dyke in the eye anymore. We'll be careful, we promise. I know I will, at least. I probably need to be more careful than anyone else here. Now that that's settled, we should act quickly. Yeah, let's get this investigation started. So first things first, we need to decide where to start investigating. The logical starting point would be the Grand Market itself, the scene of crime. Can't argue with that. We should probably get statements from those two merchants before anything else. Indeed, I anticipate they claim themselves by now, so perhaps we could get something a bit more substantial from them. We still have to ascertain their innocence or guilt in the matter as well. We'll have to keep a close eye on the time, though. If we miss the last train towards Heimdall, we'll have no way of getting back to the academy today. Plus, we've been given other tasks too, and I really like to get them done. In short, we need to keep moving. Our deadline is 9 p.m. Let's use every minute we have to accomplish everything we possibly can. Understood. You bet. Right. Okay, I should probably gonna do some side quests first. Okay. Yeah, let's talk to Lizzie. Excuse me, would you happen to be Lizzie? That's correct. Does that make you the students from Thor's who the market managers said would be coming then? Yep, that's us. We came to see you about the request you sent in. Could you explain the situation to us in full? Of course, I happened to come across someone's wallet by my store yesterday, you see. I kept it with me in the hopes that they would come to pick it up, but no one's come to claim it. As such, I'd like to ask y'all for your help in delivering it back to its owner. Would you be able to do that for me? Yeah, let's do that. We'd be happy to help. Thank you. Here's the wallet that I found, and we'll be sure to take good care of it. I assumed I already expected the contents. I did, indeed. Fortunately, there wasn't anything inside that could help to identify the owner. What exactly was inside it anyway? Well, naturally there was mirror in it. Like a lot of mirror, This isn't just a chump change we're talking about. The only thing was certain train ticket to Heindorf that's scheduled for tonight. It sounds like the owner is fairly well off traveler then. There's not much we could do with that as our only lead though. I believe the train ticket is potentially our best lead. Yeah, but what should we do with it? Should we go and ask the station? Yeah, considering it's for a train that leaves tonight, I imagine the owner is frantically searching for it. Which means they might have already been to the station themselves to ask about it. Let's head over to the station then. Sorry for the trouble, but I'm counting you for this. Yeah, let's head to the station. After entering the station, they asked about whether or not they had any inquiries in regards to lost property. Yeah, there was an inquiry. The wallet seems to match the description we received too. Can I ask when the inquiry was made? I believe it was this morning. And a young lady came along in a panic claiming she was a complete loss without her wallet and its contents. From what I could tell, she seems to have been traveling alone too. I get why she would be in panic then. Did she say anything else that could lead us to her? She mentioned something about returning to the inn to do a thorough check, if I recall correctly. The weathercock right down the street. You can't miss it. How inconvenient. We happen to be staying there ourselves. Okay, let's go ask Margot. Okay, so she's probably at the inn. Hey there, is something the matter? Do you have a moment? There's something we'd like to ask you. Reed explained the situation to Margot and asked if anyone has come along looking for the wallet. Oh, you're looking for Annabelle. Bad timing though, she just left. That's unfortunate. But we have a name now at least. That makes life a lot easier. True, all that's left now is to actually meet with her. She mentioned that she'd be searching at the rest area in the Grand Market next, so you want to head there. Make sure you turn it to her, okay? We will. Okay, so... yeah, I think we should probably look for Annabelle around somewhere. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to know if a young lady came in here searching for her wallet, would you? She was indeed here a few moments ago, but she's gone now. Do you know where she went then? Fortunately not. She did mention something about having no choice but to rely on Adios now, though. Does that help you out at all? I think there's only place that could be. Shall we make our way to church? That seems like our best bet for now. Okay, let's ask around these guys about what happened. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but could we have a moment of your time? You're those kids from the military academy, right? What do you want from me? I've got nothing to sell you, obviously. Even if I did have something to sell, I got no place to sell it. I'm basically ruined. And to top it all off, the provincial army and that other damn merchant are acting like I'm the one who did it. He's not taking this very well, is he? Hard to blame him, but we need to see if he knows anything that might help us. Well, you see, we explained that he and his classmates were investigating the truth behind what happened to the previous night. You're investigating this mess, huh? Okay. Would you consider cooperating with us? Sure, why not? I'm not getting my hopes up, and I'm sure you can understand, but how? I got nothing left to lose. Not exactly a vote of confidence. Hey, he's willing to cooperate. I say we cut him some slack and hear him out. So about last night, at the time the incident actually happened. Last night, huh? I don't know how much help I can be if that's what you're asking about here. See, I left the market right after arguing with that merchant yesterday and didn't come back till this morning. I stayed over at a friend's place, another merchant. Just got pissed drunk and ranted at him all night. You certain of this? Positive. Ask my friend if you don't believe me. He'll back me up. I wandered over here with an awful hangover this morning. And what I found gave me a hell of a start. My whole stall in shambles. And as if that weren't bad enough, all the processed foods I was going to sell were just gone, without a trace. So the goods that were stolen were all processed foods? That's right, nuts, cheese, bacon, all foods that have a long shelf life made with local ingredients. Seeing all my stuff gone really sobered me up. It was like I hadn't been drinking at all. And that's when I went over to that fool's stall to make him pay for it. Why did you go straight to him? Because he was the one who did it, of course. He smashed my stall so he could have that spot all to himself. But that doesn't make any sense. If Heinz did it, then why was his stall destroyed too? He must have done that to himself. Probably figured if he destroyed his own stall, no one would believe he could be responsible. I don't know, that seems pretty unlikely. It's a bit excessive. Well, I understand your frustration. Baseless accusations do no one any favors and only cloud the true issue. But it's so frustrating. I lost so much money because of this. I might have to shut up shop for good. This is bad. I mean, that is bad. If I could at least get my goods back, maybe I'll salvage enough to stay afloat, but what are the odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything, and the provincial army sure ain't about to help. I'm finished, pure and simple. All the hard work I put into getting this far, and this is how this dream ends for me. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to do for you. But we'll do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. So cheer up, okay? I do appreciate that, but again, I ain't about getting my hopes up. Good luck, though. I think that's everything this merchant knows. Let's try questioning the other one. Yeah, let's talk to the other person. And to think, I was ecstatic to finally participate in the famous Celtic Grand Market. What did I ever do to deserve this? Excuse me? You! I'm sorry you had to see me acting like that. I hope you can forgive me for my inappropriate behavior. Seems really down. It's quite understandable. He's a merchant in a busy market, unable to do business. So what brings you here? Did you need something from me? Well, actually, he explained that he and his classmates were investigating the truth behind what had happened the previous night. You're investigating? That's right, and we really appreciate it if you could answer a few questions for us. You may be able to help us find the true culprit. I suppose it can't hurt. It's better than doing nothing, at least. You don't have to sound so pessimistic. Well, can you blame me? You're students at a military academy. You're not exactly ace detectives. That is true, but we're still determined to find out who did this. We may even be able to recover your goods. Cooperating with us could prove quite fruitful. Okay, fine. I never said I wouldn't help you, did I? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say, though. It's not like I saw anything worth mentioning. You didn't? As soon as I made sure my stall was ready to open the next morning, I left everything set up and went home. The other merchants around here can vouch for that. Guess I shouldn't have left the stall unattended, though. By the time I got in, it was too late. The deed has been done. So by morning, the stall has already been destroyed and your goods stolen? Come to think of it, what goods were stolen actually? Oh, I have a sample with me. Actually. Ooh, what's this? An accessory? Is this a brand that's popular in the capital? Been a real hit lately, yeah. I was hoping to bring the fad here by selling them at the market. But this is the only one I have left now. I dread to think just how much money I lost in one single night. That damn coward sabotaging my business. It's much too early to be jumping to conclusions. Do you have any evidence that proves his culpability? No, but he's clearly the prime suspect. He was so against the idea of taking turns sharing this spot with me, he decided he'd destroy my stall altogether. I just know it. I'm going to give him to give me my goods back, no matter what it takes. Please try to stay calm. You do know that if you cause any more trouble, the provincial army really will arrest you, right? Yeah, I know. It's a matter of justice. I can't just act like nothing ever happened. It's wrong. On general principle. I'm begging you, please get my goods back, whatever it takes. I can't promise success, but I swear to you, we'll do everything we can. That much I can promise. That's all the two victims of this crime have to say, it seems. What does everybody think? Well, I can't be sure, but I really don't think either of them is responsible. Both merchants certainly adequate motive to damage the other's stall, but the chance of both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible that they were just out to steal each other's merchandise, but I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have alibis confirming that they were somewhere else when the crime took place. I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of those merchants being responsible for what happened. So we're going to have to look elsewhere to find viable suspects. Where though? I mean, who could it possibly have been? It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit was, but how are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was? Market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there's one thing that's been bugging me. There's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. Maybe if we can work out the reasoning behind their strange behavior, we can come one step closer to finding our culprit. Whom do you mean? I'm talking about... Provincial Army? They haven't done a thing to try and solve this crime despite it happening right under their noses. And that begs the question, why not? The market manager said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the provincial army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? Now that you mention it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious, but the fact is they brought that dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved. Yeah, one minute they're refusing to do anything, then the next they're taking a stand. It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly, there's definitely something unnatural about the way they're conducting themselves. And since we have no other leads, what do you say we go to the Army's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to learn something from them that could aid us in our investigation. That may be worth an attempt. The guardhouse isn't too far from here either. Let's head on over and see what we can find out. Okay, we just earned the AP. Yeah, we should probably head to the church to find Annabelle. Oh Helios, please have mercy on my poor soul. I simply cannot believe this. How am I supposed to live on, having lost all my Mira in a place like this? Looks like we found her. The tragic heroing at me made it kind of obvious. Unfortunately, we'll have to interrupt her. Excuse me. Ugh. Just who are all of you? Well, you can turn right around if you're planning to rob me. I no longer have any... Please calm down. We just want to ask you something. Are we correct in assuming that you're Annabelle? I am. Thought so. You wouldn't happen to recognize this wallet, would you? They showed Annabelle the wallet. That's my wallet. Where did you find it? Well, you see... They returned to the lost wallet to Annabelle, explained the situation to her. Thank you so much. I'm surprised to hear that merchant from the Grand Market kept it safe for me. However, kindness remains within people's hearts after all, it would seem. Looks that way, yeah. Regardless, I'm very grateful that you found it for me. Is there any particular amount that you like in return? You could take half of what's currently in here if you like. I don't think we can accept that. Your thanks alone are enough. I see. Well, how about this then? I purchased it as a souvenir at the Grand Market before the Great Wallet search began. Oh, we got the plush. I see no reason you can't accept that. In fact, I insist. I hope you find it useful. Thank you. We gratefully accept then. You're very welcome. Thank you again for finding my wallet. So you managed to find the owner after all then? Thank goodness. I really can't thank you enough. I'm glad that we could be of help. Please excuse us then. Right, the quest is done. Okay, so... yeah, I think we are going to Provincial Army Guardhouse. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna have to call it here for today, so I might have to end soon. So, yeah. Oh, also, yeah, I've switched to Laura. You know what? Can I go there now? Aren't you those students from that military academy, was it? And what are you doing here? We're terribly sorry to trouble you, but we were hoping you might be able to help us with something. Could we ask you a few questions about the incident that occurred at the Grand Market this morning? What does that have to do with you? We're visiting this town on a field study as students of Thor's Military Academy. And we would be We would very much appreciate the chance to see how experienced soldiers such as yourselves handle difficult everyday situations. This seems perfect opportunity for an Anansato case study and could prove most invaluable to our education if you permit it. Alright, stay here. I'll see what I can do. It looks like we might be able to hear what they have to say for themselves after all. Nicely done, Laura. In times like these, we need to make good use of our positions. No one can fault a student for wanting to learn after all. But now comes the hard part. This makes me nervous. Well, let's just wait to see what we can get out of them. Remember, it's not always what they say that matters, but how they say it, and even more importantly, what they don't say. Right. I hope you appreciate us taking time out of our busy schedules for this. So what do you want? And make it quick. I'm a busy man, you know. It's not even trying to keep up appearances. Unbelievable. I'll be brief then. We came to discuss the incident at the market this morning. Would we correct in assuming that the provincial army would be conducting no further investigation? Is that all you came here to ask? Is that all? Should the armed forces charged with maintaining peace in this region not be taking this matter more seriously? Laura, I'm not sure. You got a big mouth for someone your age. It seems you have a lot to learn about how military units actually work. What do you mean? Let me ask you this. What should the number one priority of provincial army be in order to maintain the status quo? I'll tell you, their number one priority should be to enforce the will of their region ruling lord, Duke Alberea. As members of the provincial army, the will of the nobility is absolute. We're just following our orders, protecting what we have a duty to protect. I assume you're referring to local petition against the sales tax increase? So you're saying as long as the petition isn't withdrawn, the grand market isn't something you have a duty to protect. Interpret my words however you want. We're soldiers. We follow our orders. That's how the military works. And we don't need some fresh military academy inductees telling us how to do our jobs. This is nuts. Does he even have a tiny shred of shame? I was hoping we'd be able to get something out of him, but it sure doesn't seem too likely anymore. So is that it then? I hope this has been enlightening. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a job to do. Wait, would you mind answering just one more question? Elliot? Fine, ask it. Well, do you have any idea what might have been happening to the goods Marco was handling? You know, the accessory merchant, all he had left was that one sample. What are you talking about? The merchant from Capital, Heinz, was the one who was planning on selling accessories. What? What did you just say? What are y'all looking at me like that for? How do you know that? I was under the impression you hadn't investigated the matter at all. How peculiar. We only discovered what each of the merchants was intending to sell a short while ago ourselves. Sir, we have our own ways of finding these things out. You do well not to underestimate us. Now, we wasted enough time answering your questions. We're leaving. Do you think The fact that they know what each of the merchants was selling means they did investigate the matter of all. But burglary happened last night, and it was only first discovered this morning. Realistically, I don't think there was any opportunity during that time for them to do any digging, not without running into us. Agreed, I suspect they knew what each merchant was planning to sell well in advance of yesterday's incident. Though that would be easy information for them to learn, since Duke Operator must have issued permits for both stalls. That's true, and the army would have no trouble gaining access to transaction records for something like that. But why would they bother? Maybe they needed to know so they could prepare. Prepare for what? I get the impression that the incident at the market has been carefully planned out for a while now. I don't think those two merchants being given permits for the same spot was a coincidence either. It was probably done to get them to start fighting so they could get robbed while there was tension between them. Basically, to create a situation that couldn't be brought under control without the army's help. So the two merchants were being used all along. That seems to fit perfectly with what happened this morning. Meanwhile, the provincial army has shown no interest in actively working toward a solution. Unless the market manager chooses to withdraw his petition. So they waited for things to get out of hand, then showed up to force both parties into an uncomfortable truce. Eventually, the merchants would get worn down enough that they feel like they have no choice but to withdraw the petition. This is turning out to be an even shadier situation than I thought. Yeah, but thanks to Elliot, I do believe we finally uncovered the truth of the matter. That was indeed some very quick thinking you displayed, Elliot. You'd make a fine military strategist. I just got lucky, that's all. So what we know is the provincial army is somehow involved with the actual perpetrators of this crime. The only way to solve it once and for all, though, seems to be, well, to find them and catch them. But this was carried out by members of the provincial army. That's not going to be an easy task. No, I don't think anyone from the army was directly involved. The soldiers here are far too proud to dirty their hands with such escapades. I tend to agree. Really, whoever the culprits are, I doubt they're still here in Chaldea. There just aren't many valuable places to... valuable places to hide such huge volume of goods without them being found. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe they escaped by train? No, that can't be. Boarding a train with that much merchandise would raise suspicion for sure. Suspicion for sure. It has been less than a day since burglary happened, but they can't have gone far. Maybe we should ask around on the main roads to see if anyone saw anything out of ordinary. Someone suspicious may have been spotted leaving or even entering the town. That sounds like a wise course of action. Come, let's resume our search. We mustn't let this cowardly thief run free. I wouldn't dream of it. Alright, so I think it's about time I'm gonna end this video for now, so yeah. Anyways, well then, yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I think I'll see you guys later then, so yeah, see you guys!
Alright,